Your weekly news roundup on everything happening in Battlefield 5, the reveal of Call of Duty Modern Warfare and what it means for the Battlefield franchise, as well as the chance to win a NVIDIA RTX graphics card. This is your week on the Battlefield. Welcome to this episode of This Week on the Battlefield, the show where we cover news, updates, the community, and so much more all around the Battlefield franchise. In this episode, we have the usual small snippets of weekly news for Battlefield 5, mostly focusing on the two new elites, and of course the new Marita map that we got as well. We have confirmation of an upcoming NVIDIA Battlefield screenshot competition, confirmation that both Fortress and Grind will be making a return later this month, the usual community news focusing mainly of course on the announcement of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and of course some only in Battlefield moments for you guys to enjoy. Starting off with the usual weekly news, this week of course we have weekly challenge 6 for chapter 4 of Tides of War, giving us the ability to unlock the RDT dagger, once again another cosmetic or melee weapon, which is sadly the future of most of the Tides of War challenges for Battlefield 5 in chapter 4 as well, as next week, much like some of the past weeks, will once more be a weapon skin. In this case it'll be for the M30 drilling, the waterproof version that we already saw for weapons such as the Sten in past weekly challenges. Also this week saw the release of a further community survey, focusing this time on enhancements for Battlefield 5 as well as the experience overall, so make sure to fill that out if you want the devs to hear your opinion on the current state of Battlefield 5. In terms of new content this week, we did get two new elites, Ilsa Schattenwolf and Norman Kingsley, for those interested in that type of content, and what most of us will have noticed if you've not lived under a rock is that Marita finally launched on time as it was supposed to for both Conquest and Breakthrough, with Conquest generally being received quite well, but the first few sectors on Breakthrough receiving quite a bit of criticism for good reason. The map should also be coming to Team Deathmatch probably next week, and further down the line to Squad Conquest. No words regrettably on Domination, Frontlines or Rush, as well as the other limited time game modes for this map. With a bit of luck, maybe this map will be available on both Frontlines and Rush, because given its linear nature it would most likely work quite well. Also no word on Al Sudan and the Battle of Greece Grand Operation, which was of course supposed to include Mercury and Marita in one grand operation. I do expect we will see that sometime in the near future, but given how stretched DICE is over the summer period with all the bugs they are facing and the lack of staff as a result of the summer holidays, likely this just got left to the wayside in last minute, with most of the efforts being focused on getting this game once again stable. And what to look forward to next week, obviously not the new weekly challenges, but there is a chance to win a NVIDIA GeForce RTX graphics card, given that the Battlefield 5 screenshot competition will be making a return to the community. No details yet on the exact rules and how you go about winning it, but it has been mentioned that this should come and start next week, so look forward to that, especially if you're handy with the spectator mode in Battlefield 5. And last bit of snippet news that I have for you guys, especially fans of the Fortress and Grind game mode, those will, much like Rush and of course Frontlines, be making a return later this month after some changes based on community feedback. With a bit of luck, they will see similar improvements in quality and consistency as we saw for example for Rush and Frontlines, making them significantly better than their first outings back a few months now ago. In the usual community news then, of course this week everything is about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which to many is a massive problem for the Battlefield series, and especially Battlefield 5 in its current state. The game is clearly moving in the direction of Battlefield in certain instances, and likely will beat it in terms of stability and quality, given how poor Battlefield 5 currently is doing. Also, it's moving in on specific areas that are typical Battlefield, so vehicles are coming to COD more and more with drivable tanks, for example, but also more Battlefield type gunplay is coming, with the removal of hit scan finally, and some more serious recall mechanics coming to the weapons of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. There's a great vid out there by Jack Frags where he goes into the details of how exactly COD is moving into the Battlefield space and how this could be a serious problem for the franchise. If you're interested in a little bit deeper dive on the topic, I'll have that link down below in the description and the usual places for you guys to go and check out. Also this week, in somewhat of a smaller community news, for those very much interested in the future of cosmetics in Battlefield 5, there was a summary post on one of the Battlefield Reddits summarizing and kind of showcasing all the different customization options that have been dug up by various data miners such as Temporal and provided in one handy thread. So if you're looking for a little bit of motivation of what you can be seeing in the next couple of months in terms of customization, you'll find that linked in the usual places as well. But with that, we go over to the only in Battlefield moments, and starting off today we have Get Me Done LOL with some glorious tractor piloting over on the brand new Marita map, taking full advantage of the tactical conclusion of that vehicle in that Battlefield experience. Next up we have Hell's Redeemer taking on a group of oblivious medics with his trusty sniper and making relatively easy, quick work of them. Evil Goat this week is taking on the incompetent tank drivers of the world with his trusty Boys AT rifle and a bit of dancing and ducking around the tank to eventually actually get the kill on not just one but multiple, as his clip is actually a small montage of him taking on tank after tank and getting the kill on the tanker. And lastly this week we have Braddy Lates with the absolute perfect supply crate drop over on Fiel. This is actually a little bit of an older clip, but given that it's just now surfaced, I thought we would include it anyway. Perfect positioning and a hell of a lot of luck to take out an enemy in one of the most humiliating ways you possibly can. But coming to the end of this week's episode then, if you enjoyed the show, found it interesting or entertaining, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, and of course hit me up with your feedback, suggestions, and opinions down below in the comments or over on Twitter. With that being said, however, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in the next episode of This Week on the Battlefield.